Well, since they can see me on the screen, I guess this means that we are live.
Yes, we are.
I'm guessing. All right. Uh what's up, everybody? Welcome to When Tunes Combine. Of course, I am Dutchy, aka Baldy Flat Scalp. Uh as it says on the banner down there. Also known as Doug, if you would rather just call me by my real name. Uh
Hi, Doug.
Hey, Eric. Of course, joining me, Money E. Eric, you
Yep.
got all his Twitter handles down there.
Yes, sir.
So we're finally learning how to advertise on this show
Yeah.
because
Step by step.
I finally figured out to just hit the banner that says subscribe, comment, and hit the bell. When Tunes Combine is the YouTube channel. While you're at it, you might as well subscribe to our other shows. The Wrestling Through the Years podcast,
Our
the
flagship.
Unscripted Sports Show, which is good if Clint is not on. Also the Stabcast with Dangle and Mindy, and the Bro Down with Dangle and Bobby.
Yep. And both those shows are on Sundays.
Yeah, those shows will be on Sundays. Unscripted Sports Show, I think they're still working on this.
I think Tuesdays and Wednesdays mainly.
All right, Tuesdays or Wednesdays, or you're doing shows 2 days.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays. College on Tuesday and pro NFL on Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Karen. Karen's joining us in the chat.
Hi, Karen. It was good to see you today.
Yeah, I can't say that because I didn't see her.
Yeah.
So, all right. So before we before we get too far along, for anybody that still has no idea what the heck we're doing on this show, besides we're still trying to figure it out. This is When Tunes Combine. What we do, I take the normal episode would be two shows, do a collaboration, and I write out the script, I read it out, Eric tells me if he likes it or not. Most of the times it's a lie, but I'm okay with that. It helps my self-esteem. But
Hey, I'm honest.
Yeah, I can tell you're honest because, the way I think everybody should kind of have that Pinocchio power to where, like, if you lie, your nose would grow. But that's like neither here nor there.
We'll get Karen's opinion after too.
Yeah. If she decides to stick around that long, she might get bored real quick. But all right, so take two shows, write the script for it, read it out, try to get as animated as I possibly can. I don't know if I can get as animated as I did last week with our 5-show crossover.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. That was probably like, I was getting compliments from people. It's like, oh my, like that is like the most animated you've ever gotten. And I'm like, well, it was a bunch of my favorite shows that I did. So,
yep.
All right. This episode is Street Sharks and Dexter's Laboratory. Basically, two different shows, but I kind of made a way to kind of connect them a little bit. So we are gonna get into that. Got some really cool episodes coming up. I'm working on a script. We're gonna do kind of like what we did last week with the 5 shows, but except for like I'm gonna incorporate like all different like cartoon characters and kind of write like a movie script. So it's gonna be an even longer show at some points, but I got a bunch of movie ideas that I'm working on. Well, one that I'm writing right now, but because I can't write like 5 things. I can't be like some of these big shot Hollywood directors that write like 5 movie scripts at once.
They probably have somebody writing for them.
I mean, I think I'm pretty sure that there are people out there in Hollywood that have like notes that they're just written down and they turn it into a movie, but like they write like so many different. There's got to be people out there that have about 7 notebooks full that they're all writing in at one time, and it's just like, hey, it's just like, hey, we're gonna do, uh, we want like all these different movie ideas, so they write them all at once. Uh, I mean, they're not all produced at once, but they're all written. But then, like, when you have to sell them to a movie studio, that might take a little longer. Uh, but all right, so let's go. So let's get it started here. Street Sharks in Dexter's Laboratory. The episode will start with Dexter's mom. By the way, in the show Dexter's Laboratory, his mom and dad don't have names. They're just called Dexter's mom and Dexter's dad.
Oh.
I think this was actually one of the first shows Cartoon Network ever produced. All right. So, Dexter, his mom yells, "Get ready. We're going to see your Uncle Luther." Fantastic, Mom, Dexter answers. "I'll be right down." I can't really do the he's kind of got like a British accent, but I'm going to butcher it, so we're not even going to try. Dexter's family then gets in the car to go visit the mom's brother, Dr. Luther Paradigm. Dexter idolizes his Uncle Luther. He wants to be a scientist just like him. Little does Dexter know that his Uncle Luther is evil. I mean, to be honest with you, not only does Dexter not know that, but everybody else in Fishin' City, where Street Sharks takes place, nobody knows that because he's the most respected scientist in town. He's really a piece of garbage. All right. Dr. Luther Paradigm is in his office at Fishin' City University when he is informed that his sister and her family are here to see him. "Oh, good. My favorite nephew is here," Paradigm said. Dexter and his family arrive at the university. Dexter is excited to see his uncle. His sister Dee Dee, not so much. Hi, Uncle Luther," Dexter shouted. "There's my favorite nephew," Paradigm said. "This place is boring," Dee Dee said. "Oh, my niece, you'll have fun," Paradigm said. Oh, yeah. Forgot I had notes tucked away in the opening in the front of the notebook. They just fell out. Just then, 2 of Paradigm's Sevians, servants from the sea, Slobster and Reptile, get a hold of him and tell him that the Street Sharks just foiled a robbery. "Dexter, my boy, would you mind helping me with something?" Paradigm asked. "What do you need, Uncle Luther?" Dexter asked. "I need you to go to my lab and mix a formula for me," Paradigm said. "Whatever you say, Uncle Luther," Dexter answered. Dexter goes to Uncle Luther's lab and mixes the chemicals needed by his uncle. "Dexter, go to the river and dump these chemicals in it," Paradigm requested. Isn't that pollution, Luther?" the dad asked. It's how I keep my enemies in line," Paradigm answered. "Of course I'll help you, Uncle Luther, against your enemies." Or help you against your enemies, Uncle Luther, Dexter stated. "That's a good boy," Paradigm said. Dee Dee, go with Dee Dee, go with your brother to make sure he stays safe, the mom said. Did I just echo?
No.
All right, good. Okay, Mom, I guess, Dee Dee answered. "Come on, Dee Dee, it's time to do some work," Dexter said. The Street Sharks are near the river battling Slobster and Reptile when Dexter and Dee Dee arrive and dump the chemicals. "What do you kids think you're doing?" Ripster, one of the Street Sharks, asked. We're helping our Uncle Luther, Dexter answered. Paradigm is your uncle? Big Slamoo asked. Dee Dee goes, unfortunately, said Dee Dee. Dee Dee shows some respect, Dexter said. Hate to break it to you, kid, Streaks, one of the other street sharks said, but your uncle doesn't deserve respect. He's a good man, you ugly beast, Dexter responded. Man, Dexter's really taking up for his uncle.
Yeah, I know. Didn't like him.
Yeah. All right. Slopster goes to attack Ripster, but Ripster moves and Dexter gets knocked into the river. My mom and dad are not going to like this, Dee Dee said. Tell them we apologize, Jab said, but tell your uncle this is his fault. Dee Dee then says, although Dexter does look better. Dexter comes out of the water looking like a swordfish. Dexter, what happened to you? Dee Dee asked. The name is Dexsword, woman, Dexter answered. Slapster and Reptile take Dee Dee and Dexsword back, or Dexsword back to Paradigm's lab. The Street Sharks then regroup with their assistants, Lena and Benz. What happened to my nephew? Paradigm asked. The sharks knocked him into the river, Slopster answered. Technically, you knocked him into the river, Dee Dee corrected. That's enough, Dee Dee, Paradigm said. Ugh. I gotta flip some pages here. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. Why? Dee Dee asked. Your goons turned Dexter into a freak. Enough, Dee Dee. Dex Sword yelled. Uncle Luther, I want to destroy those street sharks. Dexter, that isn't like you, his mom said. Quiet, sister, Paradigm shouted. The boy has spoken. Dex Sword, let's go capture those street sharks, Paradigm said. Yes, Uncle Luther, Dex Sword said. Meanwhile, back at the Street Sharks headquarters, Lena is working on a cure for Dex Sword. Almost done, Lena? Ripster asked. I'm working on it, Ripster, Lena answered. Okay, guys, Ben said. We need to isolate Paradigm and his goons so we can get Dex Sword to take that antidote. What if we get Dex Sword's sister to help us? Big Slamoo asked. Well, it seems like she doesn't like her uncle anyway, so it might work, Jab said. Well, then I guess we should try it, Streaks then stated. The Street Sharks go to fishing university and find Dee Dee. Okay, little girl, Ripster asked. We need your help to get your brother back to normal. My brother has never been normal, Dee Dee said. Yep. My mommy liked the show again. We got she hit the old like button. The Facebook like, not the well,
YouTube.
Facebook likes and YouTube likes. We'll take both.
Yeah, I think she hit the Facebook one.
Yeah. Well, I think in Facebooking, like I think Facebook gets more plays.
Yeah.
Which is fine with
me. More people are probably watching on Facebook.
Yeah, which is fine with me. I mean, obviously we need the YouTube numbers to grow, but just as long as people are watching us.
Exactly.
And not sending us hate mail, which I really wouldn't blame them. All right. All right, where was I here? Oh, yeah. Dee Dee says her brother's never been normal. And then Jab goes, be that as it may, we need your help. I don't like my uncle, so sure, Dee Dee then said. Back at Fishin City University, Dr. Paradigm and Dexter are working on a plan to capture the street sharks. Dexter, my boy, Paradigm said. When the street sharks come in, you are going to spray them with this cologne bottle. Yes, Uncle Luther, Dexter answered. Karen just confirmed she's the only one on YouTube.
Well,
But
glad to have you, Karen.
yeah. I mean, views are views.
Exactly.
Just as long as we're not being viewed through plexiglass at prison.
Even when we watch it, it counts as a view.
Yeah. Why do you think I go back and watch the show 10 times? Get the numbers up a little bit.
Exactly.
Dee Dee.
Use a different account.
Yeah. Dee Dee shows up and knocks the cologne bottle out of Dexter's hands. Streaks goes to pick it up, but Slobster attacks him. Ripster goes to give Dexter the antidote, but Paradigm picks Dexter up and moves him. Dee Dee then kicks her uncle in the shins and then pushes Dexter into Jab, who forces Dexter to take the antidote. Get away from me, Dexter yelled. Dexter, this is for your own good, Dee Dee said. Dexter turns back to normal. Paradigm runs away. Dexter's dad tries to stop him, but Reptile attacked him until Big Slamoo and Ripster pulled him off and threw him up against the wall. Paradigm is able to escape. Dexter, are you okay? His mom asked. I'm fine, Mother, Dexter said. I'm sorry your uncle did this. Or no, this is Ripster talking. I gotta switch to manly voice. I'm sorry your uncle did this to you, Ripster said. I still can't believe Uncle Luther would do this, Dexter said. You have a lot to learn about your uncle, kid, Jab said. I tell him that all the time, Dee Dee said. Everybody laughs but Dexter. The end. So that was a short one. And
short and sweet.
Yeah. So it probably went about as far as or went about as long as our shows used to do on whatchamacallit, on
Rock Talk?
Yeah. Because then we would just do the show and then we would just banter for about 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So
I liked it. I give it a 7.7.
All right. Yeah. The thing is about this one, I wasn't necessarily like as motivated because I like Dexter's Laboratory, but Street Sharks is not my favorite cartoon, but I had the idea to do it.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if it would actually work because they're two different types of shows. It could.
I mean, it could, like, if you use that, and again, you could put like a different you could add stuff to it, make it longer, obviously. Although Dexter's Laboratory usually, like, they were always broken up into like 3 different segments. So,
oh wow,
yeah, I kind of agree with Karen on this one. She said I've done better.
This wasn't one of your better ones.
Yeah,
but it was still good.
Thank you.
I still liked it.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's one of those ones to where like you have to be really into it in order for it to succeed more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean this wasn't my favorite one to write, but oh well. So we'll see if it passes. So yeah. Yeah, definitely wasn't my favorite one because I had come off when I wrote this. I had come off. I had come off writing the Ninja Turtle one, which I thought turned out like really well,
Yeah.
and then to kind of like do like this one, which is kind of a not necessarily a letdown. I still think it's decent, and plus a 5 really isn't that bad.
I gave it 7.7. I think that was my lowest
I'm
one.
talking what Karen did.
Oh, okay.
So no, 7.7 is definitely not bad.
I think that's my lowest one I've given.
Yeah. Well, because this one kind of deserves it. Because this one is like, it's not necessarily like, yeah, it could have, it probably could be better. Like if somebody actually wrote this, they'd probably,
Would you
I think you would have to get somebody who is a fan of both shows in order to, really get, you know, really put some more like oomph into it. See, like Karen just said, like the turtle one was like I put all my strength into that one.
Oh yeah. And you did.
Yeah.
You can tell. Would you say this is probably your worst one? Which is not a knock or anything.
Uh
And then you said it's probably your least favorite
I think this is the one I put the least amount of effort into.
one. It is not a knock. I would say it probably is your worst, but not it's not a knock on that on your writing.
So it's what it is it's that it's not like it's the worst one I've done, but it's
Yeah.
not like it's not horrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Because it was my least favorite one.
Yeah.
I'll say that. So,
Yeah, which it is what it is. I'll admit that like it's not necessary. It wasn't my favorite one to write. I mean, I still did I still tried to make it good.
oh yeah, I enjoyed it,
Yeah. So
but you still did a good job, Doug.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny because like I was just looking at the one for next week, which is gonna be Biker Mice from Mars and Mighty Ducks, and that one goes about 9 pages.
Oh wow. How many did this go?
About 6.5.
Oh wow. It was 9 your longest one of like 2 cartoons.
Uh no, because of just doing 2, yeah. Well, until we get to the one in a few weeks, which is gonna be Cops and Wildcats.
Okay.
Because the Cops and Wildcats one in about 3 weeks is gonna be 12 pages.
Oh wow. You say cops?
Yeah. There
I
was a
didn't know there was
cartoon
a cartoon of cops.
there was a cartoon called Cops. When they
Interesting.
started running it in syndication, like or when the Cops like actual cop show
Yeah.
came out, they kind of had to change the name of it in syndication to Cyber Cops
Okay. Yeah.
because they didn't want to, even though technically they came out first, they didn't want to get in
Who
trouble
did
with.
that? Did Fox do that one too?
No, I think it mainly aired on CBS, but I don't think like CBS owned it.
Okay. That one should be fun. Cops
Yeah,
and you said Wildcats?
yeah, that'll be in 2 weeks.
I think Wildcats and like biker mice would work too.
Yeah, dude, I've got so many ideas for like when I start doing the movie ones that it's gonna be because I'm putting together like you know like 10 or more.
For the movie.
Yeah, but I'm not necessarily like I'm incorporating more characters than I am really the shows.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, this one that I'm working on. I don't want to reveal too much, but I've already incorporated Garfield. I'm already incorporating characters from Doug.
Oh wow.
Scooby Doo, Daffy Duck, Slimer from the real Ghostbusters, and I'm still working on it
Oh nice.
because I just started writing it.
You started today?
Yeah, I finished Cops and Wildcats today, and then I started this one.
And
Next week is going to be Biker Mice from Mars and Mighty Ducks.
and in 2 weeks is
Cops and Wildcats. And then in 3 weeks, I'm not sure if it's going to be the movie thing or if it's going to be Real Ghostbusters and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
okay.
But yeah. But like
What?
so I kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit because we're talking about doing a movie.
Yeah.
Doing the cartoon movie. So if you were doing a movie, and you kind of said this in text the other day, as a matter of fact, you were the only one that you and Kenny were the only ones that answered. Not that I'm trying to take a shot that's anybody that's in our group chat that might be in our chat room right now. But like what cartoon, like if you were kind of writing the script for a movie, and I know I'm the one that usually does the writing, but I'm going to pick your brain, even though technically I have to use tweezers as if I'm playing the game Operation. Like if you were writing a cartoon movie and you were kind of creating like this cartoon all-star type universe and you're putting all these characters in it, like what cartoons would you technically take from?
Flintstones.
I mean, it seems like the most obvious choice.
Jetsons. Those are probably the two obvious.
Yeah. Well, if you were writing the movie for Warner Brothers, it would be.
What else? Maybe Scooby-Doo.
Oh yeah, I mean, I talk all the time about those being the big three.
And South Park.
That would be the most interesting part of like any cartoon crossover, because obviously the first three are kids cartoons.
Yeah.
South Park is not.
And Simpsons is not.
No, but like it's not, but it's the more tame of the adult cartoons.
Yeah. I would say Family Guy too.
There's certain characters I think you can adapt, but Family Guy is the network television equivalent to South Park.
Yeah. Yep.
Because
probably
like,
less
they go far like South Park does, but like they have to make sure that they can stay on within network guidelines.
Yeah. Similar to like what WWE does with the US network. They can only go so far.
Yeah. But I mean, well, they could go further on USA because USA's cable. Like on a regular network, because network television is technically considered ABC, Fox, CBS, NBC, the My Network stations. Ion, CW. So, all right. So Karen just kind of answered the question a little bit too in the chat room. She goes, all Warner Brothers. Jetsons, Flintstones, South Park, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
That's an interesting one. Yeah, I didn't think of that one.
Well, so here's the way that like I think a lot of people, because and I kind of got my inspiration to do this because there is a thing out there And back in 1990, and it was actually a big special that aired on all the networks. Back when people were trying to encourage kids to not do drugs.
Yeah. There.
Yeah, like they would. They released a cartoon. It was the cartoon All Stars to the Rescue. It was basically a just say no to drugs cartoon. And it was like I said, it was cartoon, but so Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, one of the turtles was in it. The Smurfs were in it. Winnie the Pooh was in it. You had the Muppet Babies in there. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. Your very dear, close, personal, longtime friend Alf was in it.
Oh boy.
Garfield. That Huey, Dewey, and Louie from DuckTales. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody.
Looney Tunes.
Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck were in it, yeah. But it was this big thing, and it was just like, stuff like that is really cool because you get all these characters that are kind of mixing in.
Oh yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I started doing the crossovers and doing like the two shows in the thing, and then obviously I expanded it to 4 for an episode, expanded it to 5. Now I'm finding myself I want to write a movie script about it.
You have some great ideas though.
Yeah. But so like I kind of, because the way I'm incorporating it now, or the way I'm doing it now, like this first one is going to be kind of more like the family friendly cartoons are mostly going to be in it. No, Eric, your mother has not walked in the room yet. But like it's going to be like more of the family friendly cartoons, and then as we go on, it might be like some of the more action ones, or we might get like some of the action ones in here, but I gotta make sure that like they fit into the story.
Exactly.
I mean, first I got to figure out what exactly the story is. Because again, I'm still working on it. I just wrote it today, or I'm just started writing it today. So,
how long do you write until your hand gets tired?
I usually write like I try to do a page, and then what I'll do is like I'll stop for a little bit. I'll pick the pen back up. I'll start writing a little more. Like I'm not writing like,
cramps.
Huh?
You must get writer's cramps.
Not as much, because it's not like I'm writing like continuously. I write a little bit, then I take a break, and all right. So I'm going to ask you another question. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
And if Karen has listened to all the episodes that we've done up to this point, she can chime in as well. If not, then that's okay. Or if anybody else is listening in the chat, they could chime in. So we've done, this was episode number 12, right?
Yep.
All right. From worst to best, rank the episodes so far.
Oh, I have to remember what the shoot.
All right. Well, I'll remind you exactly what everyone was. Episode 1 was South Park and SpongeBob.
Okay, I'll give that.
Episode 2 was Rugrats and Kim Possible. Episode 3 was Family Guy and Johnny Bravo. Episode 4 was Alf and Doug Alf the Animated Series and Doug. I almost said Doug the Animated Series. I almost turned myself into a cartoon. Which will eventually happen, by the way. Episode 5 was Rocket Power and Hey Arnold. Episode 6, I believe that was the Mask and Inspector Gadget. 7 was Smurfs and Adventures of the Gummy Bears. 8 was Scooby-Doo and Codename Kids Next Door. 9 was Powerpuff Girls and Ed, Ed and Eddie. 10 was the Jetsons, He-Man, Simpsons, and The Mask. Last week's obviously was Flintstones, TMNT, Thundercats, Darkwing Duck, and X-Men the animated series. And then of course this one here, Street Sharks and Dexter's Laboratory.
Okay, I'll give you the
I'm
number.
not gonna answer because it's, you know, I'm the one that wrote them and I can't show any bias.
I'll give you at least top 5.
You don't remember all the episodes, do you?
No, even though you just said it, I'll just give you the number because that's easier for me.
Yeah.
So last week, number 11, I'll rank number 1.
Okay.
What was it? What was number 9?
Powerpuff Girls and Ed, Ed and Eddie.
What was Scooby-Doo?
8.
So I'll give that number 2.
Okay.
What was number 2 again?
Rugrats and Kim Possible.
I'll give that 3. And then the one with Doug, I'll give number 4.
Even though Elf was in it.
Yeah. Number one, I'll give number 5.
Okay.
Today I'll give number 12.
All right.
Last week I gave number 1. So number 10 I'll give. What was 10?
The Jetsons one.
I'll give that 6.
Okay.
Number 9 I'll give 7.
Okay.
And what was 7?
7 was Smurfs and the Gummy Bears.
I'll give that 11.
Okay.
What do I have left? 3, 6, and
So you have 3, 5, and 6.
3, 5, and 6. What was 3 again?
Family Guy and Johnny Bravo.
Okay, I'll give that next.
Okay.
And then 6 and 5.
5 was Rocket Power and Hey Arnold.
Okay, I'll give that. That's next, and then 6 will be number what?
Which was Mask and Inspector Gadget.
Okay. Yeah, you really did put me in the spot. Thanks, Doug.
No problem. I mean, I'm just wondering because it's funny. So now that I'm starting to kind of because at first it's just like I just write this so I can get this out, and then I start putting effort into it. And the fact that obviously, I'm even going to say that I thought last week was one of my better ones and probably the best one that I had done because I got so animated.
Yeah. That's why I gave it number 1.
Yeah.
I think I gave the highest rating too. I think I gave it 8.5.
Yeah. And I think because I'm kind of biased towards some of the other ones. Like I liked Alf and Doug.
That's why I rated that high, even though it was Alf.
Yeah. And then Scooby-Doo and Codename Kids Next Door, I thought that was pretty, I liked writing that one.
Yeah, I was biased because of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. And the Jetsons one with the Jetsons, Simpsons, and He-Man and the Mask, that was really good. So that would be, even though technically I'm not really allowed to have a top 3 because I wrote them.
Yeah.
Those were my 3 favorite ones to do. But
and you
also
can tell that those are probably the ones that you put the most effort in.
Yeah. Although I think I did put a pretty good effort into Family Guy and Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
Because I thought that one turned out really well. And then but yeah, this one I think it has to do with the fact that I was coming off of writing that really big one. And it also just might be my delivery on it too.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't go as hardcore with the voices as I probably could have. As I
As,
as I
as
did
I said,
as I
it
did
was
a week
still
ago.
it was still a good it was still a good one.
Yeah.
All of them were all good.
Yeah. So all right, we've gone 40 minutes, so we've wasted about 15 more minutes.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know I like talking to you.
Yeah. I don't know why. But yeah, so we got because I've got like all sorts of ideas because the way these cartoon crossovers are gonna go, it is gonna be like they are gonna be written or Karen's looks like I have not heard them all. And which is fine.
Obviously, I have because I was on all of
Yeah,
them. Besides,
you were on all but one.
and I was still in the chat for that.
Yeah.
So I actually listened to all of them.
Yeah. But like it's funny because like I'm also incorporating like I'm basing some of the characters that I'm writing in to like the movie. I'm basing them off of people that I know. So it's gonna be a fun series to write. You know, I got off of Amazon the other day and it cost me $47. I got a 5-pack of the college ruled notebooks
Oh wow!
and a pack of 120 pens.
I would say you could have bought. How much did you buy? 100.
5 college ruled notebooks and a pack of 120 pens.
Oh wow! Okay. Are your pens almost running out?
Not really. I just like you know me. I always like to have a spare of the colored pens.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine like if I still worked at Target, all those would have gone missing? Because remember back when I worked with you guys and like I always had the pens with me and everybody would freaking take them.
Yeah. We barely have any pens now.
Well, yeah, because I don't work there anymore. Like there were times where like they would take it. I remember the one kid, girl that worked there. I'm not going to mention names on air. The one girl that worked there, she loved it because she liked writing in gel pens too. So for Christmas one year, because I got her in that Secret Santa, I bought her own pack.
Ooh.
So she looked at me. She goes, "Does this mean I can't borrow yours anymore?" I said, "That's exactly what that means." I go, "You have your own now."
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
But I'm not gonna say.
I mean, I get, and there was like a few times too where like somebody would be like, if they had the right, because you know when you guys did like birthday cards for everybody, somebody would take one of the pens and be like, "I got to borrow this." I said, "You better bring it back." And somebody forgot to bring it back one time, and I went absolutely, I went freaking nuts.
Wait, who forgot? Cody?
I don't know well, I know who forgot, but I'm not mentioning names. I'm not mentioning names on air.
Yeah, I know. I thought you said Cody.
No, but they forgot to return it, and I'm like, "Where is my pen?" And I started gritting my teeth. I go, "Where is my pen?" And they're like, "We gave it back to you." I said, "No, you didn't. There's an empty slot in here. I should have a pen. Where is it?" And then another team member is just like, he's really going to go nuts over a pen. And the person behind the Starbucks counter said, "You have no idea." Like those
He
things
loves his
are
pens.
those things are his babies.
Yep.
That's
why
why
I never touched them.
Yeah, you never did, but everybody else always did because you're just like, "Oh, different colors."
If I did, I made sure I asked you first.
That's why I bought 120 pack because also gel pens too run out of ink really quick.
Yeah. So you bought more gel pens or regular pens?
No, they're all gel.
Remember,
again,
don't write in yellow.
huh?
Remember, don't write in yellow.
Oh, I'll never do that again.
I don't know if Karen heard that story. Did she?
I don't know if you listened to that episode or not. There was the Smurfs and the gummy bears.
Liz was in that.
Yeah.
In the chat for that.
Yeah, like writing in bright yellow. If I ever did that again, we would have to do the show at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, why? Okay. Oh, yeah, it all.
Yeah.
Especially now.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so basically what happened, because Karen's like, no, I didn't hear the story. It's like, I wrote an entire crossover in bright yellow pen.
We had to do the episode at like 5:30.
Yeah, we did. We had to do the episode at 5:30, and I was still struggling.
Luckily, me and Liz were there.
Yeah. Like it was one of those things to where like I wrote it and then I was very happy with it. And then after I had done it, I'm like, how the hell am I going to read this? But, all right, Eric, we've babbled on enough. I'm going to go.
Yep.
I'm going to go do more. All right. Thank you to everybody for listening. If you have listened already, if you're going to listen, thank you for at least giving us at least 10 seconds of your time. Karen,
thank you, Karen, for joining the chat tonight.
All right, he already said it. I don't have to now. And we'll see everybody next week. It's going to be Biker Mice from Mars and Mighty Ducks, the animated series.
Yep, and we'll see you on the wrestling show on Friday.
See you in the wrestling show on Friday. Daniel will see everybody for the Bro Down tomorrow morning and for the Stabcast tomorrow night.
And I'll see everybody on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah. Now, is the Bills hater going to be with you too?
If he's available.
All right. So hopefully he's not available.
I think he usually works on Wednesdays.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the show. That's when you need to keep doing the show. All right. We'll see everybody next week.
Later.